on YouTube. Welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want to invite it. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't want to miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back until you suck it, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Give me 1 second, y'all. Come on in. I'll be right back, okay? I am back, everybody. I am back. Let me pull up this picture real quick. I have to get something from my GoPuff. Okay, let me pull up this picture. Here we go. Ooh, child. Ooh. Ooh, child. Look at that. I don't know. As a matter of fact, let me drop the link. Let me drop the link just in case anybody wants to jump on the screen with me. No pressure, of course. Type this link in the chat real quick. Please click this link to jump on the screen with me. Okay. Now, this picture, some of y'all probably already seen the first pic. I don't know if y'all seen the second pic. But they're, of course, are the same boy, the same teenager. Okay, wrong one. Hold up. There we go. Okay, the picture of the same teenager for that Michigan school shooting that happened. What was it, like a week or 2 ago? 2 weeks ago? Hold on, somebody's inboxing me about my little G baby. Okay. Oh, he got a new tooth. I just got an inbox saying my grandbaby has a new tooth coming in at the top of his mouth, which is the first one at the top. He got almost 3 at the bottom, 2.5. But anyway. Please come on in. Make sure you like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. As you can see by the title of the video, we are basically going to be discussing a little updated information on the Michigan school shooting and the suspect and the suspect's parents. Now, we know the suspect is this boy right here in the right pic or in the left pic. That is him when he was arrested. The other pic is basically him when he was younger. It shows a picture of him praying. He's 15-year-old now. He's a 15-year-old sophomore. His name is Ethan Crumbley, and he was the suspect, the shooter, I should say. No longer suspect. The shooter of the Oxford High School shooting that killed 4 people and wounded 7, and that was the 28th shooting this year. That would make the 28th school shooting. Now, I guess the reason why somebody posted the picture of him praying was because they wanted to, because everybody was looking at his picture like, oh my God, look at that 15-year-old. He looks crazy. He looked like he got some mental issues. Like he's not all there, But then somebody posted a picture of him as a smaller child with his hands up in prayer. And I guess they wanted people to view him differently to be more sympathetic towards him. I don't think it helps. I really don't think it helps. What he did, killing 4 students, his peers, and injuring 7 more. This picture on the right that somebody posted up, it's not making me feel any differently about him. It's not at all, because I don't know if that was showing him as like he was raised in church, or he used to pray a lot at home, or if his family was really religious. I don't know where they were really going with that photo, but again, photos do speak volumes. Photos do speak volumes, but in this photo, these 2 comparisons next to each other, I'm really like focusing more on the one where he was arrested. The one where he was arrested. So it's just like they're trying to justify that the child, he's really not that bad, but and then he claimed that he was bullied. And I don't know if that's why they posted that other picture of him looking so innocent, praying or whatnot. But they say that he said that he was bullied, but the school said they have proof that he was not bullied at all while he was going to that high school. The shooter, they still don't actually understand why he did it, why he gunned down 4 of his classmates, why he injured 7 others with his father's 9mm. And then the parents, okay, so we're just going to discuss what we've learned since the last time we discussed this story, like how the parents had purchased a gun on Black Friday, and the gun was made available to the child. That's what authorities are saying. Now, does that mean they purchased the gun for him? They're also saying that. Or does that just mean that the gun was not locked up properly in the home? I don't know. But the child, the 15-year-old, I ain't gonna call him a child, the teenager, he was on Instagram flaunting the gun. So he clearly had access to the gun that he used to kill those students at his school. So I would take it as he did have access to it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Tex Coco. Hey, honey, I'm glad they are fact checking too. I'm glad they are. Like they're really trying to get to the bottom of this. Like, why did he shoot these students in his class? And on top of that, why would the parents make him have access, or make it where he could have access to the gun? Like, that part I don't understand. I don't care how mature you think your kids is, how obedient you think your kids are. Having a gun in your home and not having it locked up, at least if it's not in a lock with a key, at least having like some type of dial pad, where you can enter the code, like, I don't know, 6890210. They have those codes where you can just push the codes in and the thing just pops open. You know what I'm saying? You should have a lockbox in your home. You should have a lockbox in your vehicle, because there are certain places that you cannot take a gun. Like, there was an incident last week where somebody took a gun to a funeral, and the church where they took the gun, nobody knew they had the gun. I took my concealed weapons class a long time ago. So I've been having a gun for a minute now and a concealed weapons license. So I can carry concealed. But they teach you there are certain places where you cannot go, and it's different in every state. So you have to make sure you check your laws in your state, because if you break them, even if you don't shoot anybody, but you take the gun to some place where you're not supposed to, it is not allowed. In our state of Nebraska, you cannot take a gun to a church. You can't take it inside a school, a library, any government office, like daycare, anywhere where there's children like that. There's other places that you can't take it. I can't think of the top of my head, but I know definitely for sure schools, daycares, anywhere where they have children, any kind of facility with children. Of course, hospitals, you can't take it to the hospital, you can't take it to the police station, things like that. Now, back to these parents. Woo, child. Okay. And if y'all heard anything more, please let me know. I'm just giving y'all what I done found out since the last time we talked about the shooting. So, the parents of Ethan Crumbley, his mother Jennifer. I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but she had once wrote to Trump. Well, not really wrote to him, but she wrote a blog post directed towards President Trump when he was president. Now, what she had wrote on a public blog, she wrote to Trump in regards of gun rights as well as criticizing immigrants. She wrote to Trump, Mr. Trump, I actually love that you are a bad public speaker, because that shows sincerity and humility, she wrote. She said, you changed your mind and you said, so what? You made the famous grabbed them in the PUSSY comment. Did it offend me? No. She goes on to say, she is a feminist who values the equality of the LGBT community and women's rights, but couldn't bear to have the first woman president to be Hillary Clinton. She goes on to say, the wall, the famous wall. See, Mr. Trump, I support that wall. I am not racist, she argued. In fact, my grandfather came straight off the boat in Italy. She continued to go on about how immigrants should earn and prove that they have a right to live in our country. Then she talked about knowing parents at other schools where the kids come from illegal immigrant parents and they don't care about learning. She said, as a female and as a realtor, thank you for allowing my right to bear arms, allowing me to protect if I show a home to someone with bad intentions. Thank you for respecting that amendment. She wrote that in 2016. That's what she did. She wrote that in 2016. Now she wrote about being able to bear arms, just in case she went to show a home to someone with bad intentions. Now, I have nothing bad to say about that. Nothing bad to say about that, because if you are a gun owner and you have a current legal carry concealed weapon license, again, you can freely take your gun wherever you want, except for certain places. It differs by each state, but certain places you just cannot take your gun. Therefore, you have to lock it up in a lockbox and leave it in your vehicle. If I was a real estate agent, I would definitely have my gun on me, because we done all heard about different stories where people have been attacked. People set up meetings with realtors, especially women, and they attack those women. Some have been, assaulted. Some have been robbed. Some have been beaten. So yeah, I would definitely, have my little strap in my little pocketbook. Okay, if I was a realtor. But the fact that she was praising him on being able to bear arms, but she was not practicing caution in her own house. She was not practicing safety procedures in her own house and making that gun available to her son. Now, the gun that she had in 2016, if she had a gun then, she really makes it seem like she had a gun in 2016. I don't think that's the same gun that he shot the students with, because they did say the parents bought a gun on Black Friday. and made it available to their son. So I'm taking it that the mother might have her own pistol, and then she had the other one for her son. Why? That's the big question. That's the big question. He's 15 years old. Any child that young, 15 years old, the only reasonable way that they should be able to have a gun is if they are hunting for deer, hunting for I don't know, what the hell else do you hunt besides deer? I don't know. I'm not a hunter. But anyway, I'm not a hunter, but that's like most people like who have kids who grew up on farms or live in the deep country, you know, things like that. They have shotguns. Teenagers can have shotguns on like farms, or if they're out, you know, with adult, you know, shooting game, you know, for sport or whatnot. And you still got to have a license, you know, a gun license, or, you know, a hunting license. You still got to have a hunting license. But another thing that I have read, evidently, there was some concerns about the Crumbleys and how they were raising their child, Ethan Crumbley. Now, what I have found was there was a neighbor who was concerned about this child, and I can remove this off of here now. I can remove that off of here now. Okay, there was a neighbor. Let me find my little story. Okay. All right. There was a hold on. First, let me get this part out. You know what? I'll stay there. And we'll go to the next part about the person who hit the Crumbleys. But first, we're going to talk about the neighbors. Now, Ethan Crumbley's parents, first of all, they were aware that he had behavior problems at school. They were aware that they were called up to the school. They were told about his behavior problems. They were supposed to have a meeting at the school the morning of the shooting. They were alerted to him doing disturbing things, violent images. There were some drawings found on his desk that, you know, they felt there was counseling needed because of the violent images that he was drawing or that he was writing. Now, as far as the parents, though, when Ethan was younger, a neighbor said that she had revealed to Children's Protective Services, CPS, that when he was younger, he was being left at home a lot while his parents were out drinking and hanging out in bars in downtown Lake Orion. This was when he was about 8 or 9 years old. Now, does this have anything to do with his behavior in school, with him drawing very concerning, disturbing images, him killing 4 of his peers at school, injuring 7 more? I don't know. But it was reported that the neighbor had contacted CPS more than several times when he was 8 or 9 years old. The boy, Ethan, when he was left at home alone while his parents went out bar hopping, he would come next door to the neighbor's house and ask to use her phone to call his parents. Because they left him at home without a phone. Like, who leaves an 8, 9-year-old at home by himself while they go bar hopping and don't even leave a child a phone? Again, does one thing have something to do with the other? I don't know. Y'all decide for yourself. You said a realtor was murdered before showing a man his house. But yes, and it's crazy. The things that people, you can never be too safe. You can never be too safe. And I'm all for gun rights. I'm all for people who not off having access to guns just to protect themselves, protect their family, protect their loved ones, protect their home. But, you know, everybody can't have a gun. Just because you ain't got no felonies, just because you ain't committed no gun crimes, just because you ain't never harmed no children, no elderly, no nothing like that, does not mean that you are qualified to own a gun. Should they make people take certain mental tests to own a gun? I don't think so. But I don't know how much more stricter we can be on gun laws. I don't know what else we can do to keep these guns out of the hands of the wrong people, especially these children who get a hold of guns, and it's usually their own parents' guns that they're using to shoot up their schools. Again, does one thing have something to do with another? The other, while he was, younger, and they saying that, CPS was called. She actually said, the neighbor actually said that she don't even think CPS bothered to do anything or even bothered to investigate. Now, if that is true, I am not surprised. I am not surprised because CPS, there's a lot of things that I can say about CPS. A lot of things about CPS. There are a lot. Now, as far as his behavior problems, again, at school, the only thing they're saying right now is that he was writing some disturbing pictures and acting out at school. They really aren't going into everything, not too many details. Of course, this is far from going to court right now. They're still in the beginning processes of, this whole horrible situation. And rest in peace to all the people who died, because of this horrific act. Rest in peace to the 4 people. Prayers to their parents, to their peers, to their loved ones, and also to the ones who were injured. It could have been more deaths. Four is too many, but thank God it wasn't more. Thank God it wasn't more. Yes, CPS needs a huge overhaul, and not just there, but everywhere nationally. CPS needs a huge overhaul, and I think that's one reason why so many children are still in foster care right now. Also, but that's a whole nother. Maybe we'll discuss this whole CPS thing one day. I had somebody reach out to me. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna say all the details, but somebody reached out to me like a week ago, seeking some direction or trying to get some advice, and it was in regard to a family member of theirs that was in foster care, and some horrible things was going on with their child. And what I did was, I knew somebody else who was going through the same thing and trying to sue and had lawyers and all kind of stuff. So I hooked them up with each other. I got permission from one to give them the phone number to the other, and hopefully they'll be able to use resources and, maybe even use the same lawyer or, whatever. But yeah, the best of luck to them in that situation. But yeah, CPS can be horrible, and CPS is like, it's like anything else. It's like teachers. It's like um daycare, childcare, any type of facility that deals with children. There's some good apples and there's some bad apples. So sometimes you just never know what you're going to get. Never know what you're going to get. But moving on. Another thing that I have found out. Let me go here. I need some Carmex on my lips. Hold on. Dang, I'm down to like my last drop of Carmex. Okay. Here we go. Let me go over to my other screen. Okay, here we go. Okay. The shooters, parents. Okay, Ethan, he was the shooter. His parents, now we know that they were being harbored at a location in a industrial building, they said, or commercial building, I should say. Now we know who was harboring them. We know who was harboring them when they were found at it was like early in the morning, like early in the AMs when the police found them. It was an art studio, and the owner of the art studio where the parents were hiding, the Crumbley parents were hiding, he claims that he doesn't watch the news. And so he did not know that they were hiding from the law. Ain't that some shit? Woo! Oh. Okay, his name is, oh God. I'm going to copy it and put it in the chat because I can't pronounce it. I don't know what nationality he is, but okay, I just put his name in the chat because I can't pronounce that. The last name looks like Sakura, but that man, okay, he's the owner of an art studio, where the parents were hiding. Said he was not aware that they were on the run. He's a Detroit-based artist. He said he did not know about any charges. He didn't know about the 4 manslaughter charges against James and Jennifer Crumbley. He said he did not know. He did not know when they asked to stay the night at his studio. Okay? That's what his attorney is saying. He got him an attorney because, of course, he could be facing charges for harboring those parents. But he said the Crumbleys went to his studio on Friday morning. He said, again, he was not aware of the charges pressed against them. He's a 65-year-old artist. He said he has a friendly relationship with the couple. We don't have any more details. Right now, it's still under investigation how close of a relationship they might have. I'm sure they're going to go into probably text messages, emails, phone calls. They're going to be doing all that because they're going to have to prove if that art studio owner really knew that they were if they were wanted or not. Yeah, like who the hell just pops up? Oh, can we hide out? Can we stay in your art gallery? They got a whole home. No, we don't want to go to no hotel. We don't want no Airbnb. We want to stay the night at your art studio. Does it have a bedroom suite in there? I don't know. That is just so crazy to me. Like, where were they sleeping on the floor on an easel? But anywho, Mr. Sakura said he woke up Saturday and saw the news of the police officials taking the parents into custody from his art studio. So he didn't know nothing about their charges, knew nothing at all. And then the next morning when he woke up, he saw it on the news, but he didn't see it on the news before when the police were basically putting a I'm like, hold up, you for real. Right now, they don't know if he really knew or not. That's what his attorney is saying. That's his story, and he's sticking to it. And then he said they came in the morning time. He left early in the evening, so he didn't even know they were still there. So this couple came to your art studio in the morning. You worked all day long, and when you left in the evening, you didn't even know they were still there. So you walked around. I'm sure you walk around your building. You make sure all the doors lock. Set the alarms, all that kind of stuff, and you did not know the couple was still there. Anyway. Anyway, the person who tipped him off, he is most likely going to get $10,000 because there was a $10,000 reward for qualified information that led them directly to the Crumbleys. So the person, whoever tipped them off, they called in anonymous and they are most likely going to get $10,000. That's how much the warrant was issued for on Friday. So the tipster is kind of unclear right now because there was a $10,000 reward at first. Then there was a $20,000 reward because it was 10 for each one. So I think it was 10 for each parent. So I think it was $20,000 altogether. So he might get $20,000. Yeah, that would sound right. But anyway, y'all, the son has been charged as an adult. 24 counts, including terrorism, causing death, first-degree murder, assault with intent to murder, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. And both his parents are facing again 4 charges of manslaughter. And I wonder if they're going to face charges for fleeing. Even though, remember, they said, their lawyer said that they weren't fleeing arrest. They weren't avoiding arrest. And that they were going to they were planning to turn themselves in. But my question still is, how the hell you plan to turn yourself in if you were hiding? You were hiding in a studio. And if it's true, what the art studio owner is saying, if it's true, that when he left the studio, he didn't know that they were there. So y'all stayed in this man's studio overnight without his permission, but you weren't fleeing. That's like you let somebody over your house and you tell them, okay, I'm out of here. I'm about to go to work. Come on, y'all. And they tell you, all right, we gone. We all right. See you later. You think they done left your house and you lock up and everything. They still in your basement or in your attic. And then they tell the police, oh, we weren't hiding. Again, what were you doing? What were you doing? I don't know. Text Coco, I don't know. Y'all got answers? I don't know, child. I don't know. But that's my little update on everything that's been going on with the Crumbleys and Ethan Crumbley, the 15-year-old teenager who shot 7, altogether 11. He killed 4 and injured 7 of his peers at his school. Had his parents remove him from school, would that have happened? Because the school wanted him removed. They wanted to have a meeting with his parents. They wanted him removed. The parents did not remove him from school. Things always, it seemed like in these situations, it seemed like things could have always worked out differently. If somebody, one person would have just seen something, you know what I'm saying? Just reached out. That's so sad. It's so sad. Anyway, again, prayers to everyone involved, everyone who was hurt, everyone who was killed. Prayers to all their families, friends, to that community. That's a lot. That's a lot to take in one community. That's a lot to take in. Innocent students being killed. That's always so very, very painful. So very sad and tragic. So again, my heart goes out to all those involved, honest and truly. On that note, everybody, please make sure you like the video, share the video if you haven't already on your way in. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed to the Hood channel, the Hood Table channel. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. The devil is always working. The devil is always working. And happy holidays. I wish you all happy and safe, blessed holidays. Bye.